Hey there, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to talk about something that affects a lot of artists, especially during this time of year. I'm talking about Inktober burnout. Now, Inktober can be an amazing experience. It's a chance to push your inking skills, try new techniques, and really challenge yourself creatively. But for many of us, the pressure to keep up with the daily prompts and the constant comparing of our work to others can suck the fun right out of it. I've been there too, and I want to share some tips today on how you can avoid that burnout and keep the whole month enjoyable. It's really easy to get caught up in the idea that we have to post every day or that our work has to be perfect to count. But the truth is, October, or Inktober, is supposed to be a fun personal challenge. It's about learning and improving and not competing with others or stressing ourselves out. So let's dive into how to make Inktober a more manageable and enjoyable experience. First, let's talk about the comparison trap. Social media, I think we all know about the evils and the goods of social media. It can be a great source of inspiration. It can also be a source of frustration during Inktober. I've had those moments where I'm scrolling through Instagram or Twitter or X or whatever it's called right now, seeing all those beautifully polished Inktober pieces, and I think to myself, why doesn't my work look like that? It's super easy to feel inadequate when you see others posting every day and it seems like they're always creating masterpieces. But the thing is, social media only shows you the highlight reel. What you don't see are the mistakes, the struggles, or the days where they didn't feel like drawing. Every artist's pace is different, and it's important to remember that Inktober is about your own growth. You can't compare your progress to someone else's journey because everyone is working with different experiences, styles, and in my case, time commitments. One thing I've found helpful is to focus on your own goals for the challenge rather than worrying about what everyone else is doing. Maybe you're not posting every day, and that's totally fine. What matters is that you're making progress and enjoying the process. Now, while I'm talking about this, you see me working on a digital inking illustration. And here's the thing, I'm not rushing, I'm going at my own pace, and I'm taking my time to enjoy the process. In fact, this session is a time-lapse recording from my tablet, and it's done over 3 sitting sessions. I didn't complete it all at once. Inktober shouldn't feel like it's a sprint, it's more of a marathon. And for me, taking my time to ink each piece carefully while having fun with the prompt or with the piece is a much more fulfilling experience than pushing myself to meet a daily deadline. A few years ago, I was doing Inktober and trying to keep up with the daily prompts while juggling everything else in life. I was spending way too much time thinking about how my pieces would look compared to other artists, and it started to feel more like a chore than something I was excited to do. And to be honest, I wasn't satisfied with the results, and it kind of drained my creativity. Since then, I've learned to pace myself, and the experience has become so much more enjoyable. Whether if it's not rushing to get a piece out every day, or maybe just ignoring the prompts and just drawing what you feel like. As long as it's a inking piece, you're kind of falling within the theme of the month anyway. So you really have to decide for yourself what it is you want to get out of the challenge and sort of pace yourself to that. One of the best pieces of advice I can give you is, as I mentioned, setting your own pace. You don't have to do every single prompt or draw every day to be part of Inktober. Maybe for you, it's more realistic to draw every other day or just on the weekends. That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing this month. Maybe you only want to pick your favorite prompts from the list and skip the ones that doesn't really inspire you. And that's totally valid. Inktober is about challenging yourself, but the key is to make it manageable and sustainable for you. If life gets busy, there's no shame in adjusting the challenge to fit your schedule. Remember, Inktober should work for you, not the other way around. Another tip is to focus on progress, not perfection. The goal of Inktober is to improve your inking skills, experiment with new techniques, and most importantly, have fun. It's not about creating a perfect piece every single day. Don't get discouraged if your artwork doesn't turn out the way you envision it. Instead, use each drawing as an opportunity to learn and grow. A good idea is to track your own improvements. Maybe your line work becomes cleaner over time, or you get faster at filling in your shadows. Those little wins are what Inktober is really about. A good practice, especially for this type of month where you know you're going to be spending your time refining and refreshing one particular skill, is to set some goals. If one of the goals that you want to get out of the month is just to have more confident lines, to do cleaner cleaner lines or cleanup work, then yeah, make that your goal and try to focus that on each one of your pieces rather than trying to have fully polished, amazing pieces every single time, and really just focus on having cleaner line work for every single drawing that you do. So by the end of the month, you can see some real progress. Maybe a goal for you this month is to figure out how to do texturing with inks. That's a great one. And every illustration that you do should try to incorporate textures on it so it gives you a chance to practice. Setting your goals ahead of time instead of trying to make your goal about doing amazing pieces every single time out and comparing it to other artists, that's a great way to reset what your expectations for Inktober is and getting some real value and some real enjoyment out of it. Burnout often happens because we forget to give ourselves time to recharge. So, plan breaks. If you miss a day or two, don't sweat it. Take a step back, relax, and come back to the challenge when you're feeling refreshed. Your energy and enthusiasm will translate into your artwork, and it's better to have a few well thought out pieces than a bunch of rushed ones. Trust me on this one. It's better to finish strong at your own pace than to burn out halfway through. Lastly, manage your expectations. It's easy to let social media or the idea of the perfect Inktober experience dictate your pace and self-worth. But remember, this challenge is for you. It's not like how many likes or comments your work is going to get. It's about your personal journey and growth. Don't let the pressure to post every day or to keep up with others take away from the joy of creating. Being kind to yourself during the challenge is crucial. If you feel like you need to slow down or skip a few days, then go for it. It doesn't mean that you're failing the challenge. It just means you're listening to your creative needs, which is so much more important in the long run. Well, those are pretty much all my thoughts on handling burnout for Inktober. So for the rest of this time lapse, I'm going to shut off the audio here and just maybe crank up the music as we watch the rest of this illustration. So to wrap things up, Inktober is meant to be fun, not stressful. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a step back and reassess your approach. Set your own pace, focus on your progress, and don't forget to take breaks when you need them. At the end of the day, it's all about enjoying the process and challenge yourself in a way that feels good. I hope these tips help you avoid burnout and make the most out of Inktober. If you found this video helpful, feel free to give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already, consider subscribing for more art tips and time-lapse videos like this. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep drawing.